So this is my final Recon comparison between the characters. So with Valk, I think that the biggest thing is that her passive is similar to what Pathfinder has to use as his tactical. So immediately for me, that's a slight win for Valk. And plus, when anytime you redeploy, she can scan. Like so, when you're dropping off, now you don't have like I don't know about other people, but sometimes you have to call out. People are leaving out of the ship. You call out where you see teams are landing, but now if you have a Valk on your team, it's just gonna pop up on your screen, and you don't necessarily have to be like, oh, they're landing. They're landing at Oasis or whatever. You can just see it. So I think for Valk, she has a slight win as far as recon versus path. I still think that in some cases, like depending on who Pathfinder, how skilled the Pathfinder is, a Pathfinder may be able to outclass a Valk. But as far as recon for their team, Valk is a easy winner for that. For crypto, this is something that's a 50-50. I think it all depends on the playstyle of your teammates and what you are going for. Crypto is typically played passively. Pathfinder is a little bit more wild. You can be more aggressive, but it all depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a high risk, high reward type of team, Pathfinder is a easy go. If you're looking to play a little bit slower, a little bit more passively calculated, Crypto is definitely the person to go with as far as a recon character. In some situations, I'll still give Crypto a plus just because he can scan instantly without having to expose himself. Versus for Pathfinder, he has to expose himself to actually make use of his passive, which in my opinion is stupid. And for Path versus Bloodhound, I think it's easy as far as recon characters. Bloodhound gets the win. Bloodhound doesn't have to risk himself again to get information for his team versus get information or gain utility from his team. It's literally like pressing the easy button. Like I know y'all remember the Stables commercial. You just tap that easy button. That's you just slap that jaw. You just slap his wrist like on some Bloodhound. Just slap his wrist on some Ben 10 shit, and that's who's fighting. This is where they're at, and you don't reveal your location compared to like Pathfinder. As soon as you grapple, you are stuck. And hopefully you grapple to a good spot. Hopefully you had some information before you decided to make a move. I know for me, I have died plenty of times being a overly aggressive Pathfinder where I'm like, oh, I just beamed him for 146. I just grapple over there and then I look around the corner and I'm like, oh shit, it's two shotguns looking at me. And a person healing. And in some cases I'll get the knock on the person that I did damage, but then now we're just in a 2v2 situation for the most part. And it's very situational. I think Pathfinder is map dependent. I think on World's Edge, he can compete with Bloodhound a little bit just because of the terrain and places that you can zip to and possibly be. But also, it depends on what type of playstyle you have. Like Pathfinder will probably be better on World's Edge as a sniper, just because of the places that he can access. Versus Bloodhound, he can't go just take high ground for free. He needs some other character to take him there. But overall, I still will give easy win for Bloodhound for Recon.